All right, guys, I'm back with another chapter of Ruth. We're in Ruth chapter 3, where the header reads Ruth follows Naomi's plan. And we'll get right into it. One day, Naomi said to Ruth, "My daughter, it's time that I found a permanent home for you, so that you will be provided for. Boaz is a close relative of ours, and he's been very kind by letting you gather grain with his young women. Tonight he will be winnowing barley at the threshing floor. Now do as I tell you. Take a bath and put on perfume and dress in your nicest clothes. Then go to the threshing floor, but don't let Boaz see you until he has finished eating and drinking. Be sure to notice where he lies down. Then go and uncover his feet and lie down there. He will tell you what to do." "I will do everything you say," Ruth replied. So she went down to the threshing floor that night and followed the instructions of her mother-in-law. After Boaz had finished eating and drinking and was in good spirits, he lay down at the far end of the pile of grain and went to sleep. Then Ruth came quietly, uncovered his feet, and lay down. Around midnight, Boaz suddenly woke up and turned over. He was surprised to find a woman lying at his feet. "Who are you?" he asked. "I'm your servant Ruth," she replied. Spread the corner of your covering over me, for you are my family redeemer." "The Lord bless you, my daughter," Boaz exclaimed. "You are showing even more family loyalty now than you did before, for you have not gone after a young man, whether rich or poor. Now don't worry about a thing, my daughter. I will do what is necessary, for everyone in town knows you are a virtuous woman. But while it's true that I am one of your family redeemers, there is another man who is more closely related to you than I am. Stay here tonight, and in the morning I will talk to him. If he is willing to redeem you, very well. Let him marry you. But if he is not willing, then as surely as the Lord lives, I will redeem you myself. Now lie down here until morning." So Ruth lay at Boaz's feet until the morning. But she got up before it was light enough for people to recognize each other, for Boaz had said, "No one must know that a woman was here at the threshing floor." Then Boaz said to her, "Bring your cloak and spread it out." He measured 6 scoops of barley into the cloak and placed it on her back. Then he returned to the town. When Ruth went back to her mother-in-law, Naomi asked, "What happened, my daughter?" Ruth told Naomi everything Boaz had done for her, and she added, "He gave me these 6 scoops of barley and said, 'Don't go back to your mother-in-law empty-handed.'" Then Naomi said to her, "Just be patient, my daughter, until we hear what happens. The man won't rest until he has settled things today." And that is the end of chapter 3. And so, one thing that I really like about Ruth and the relationship that she has with her mother-in-law is the discernment of a godly woman. And I really appreciate that. I really appreciate the discernment of an older godly woman sharing that with a younger one. And it brings me a lot of peace. There's so many things that I think are fantastic in the church family, and all these things that we can learn and teach each other. But I think that there are certain things that are so profound, that are so unique to the specific gender and its experience of that situation and or event and or process or biological happening, all those things, that it's super important that you have someone, same gender, that has that experience to tell you. Just a lot of times men need another man to show them how to be a man. And it's so important to have that. And it doesn't have to be a relative. In this, we see that it's a mother-in-law or cousins and or closely related family. But just to have that, whether it's a blood tie or if it's just for the men that might be watching this, if it's just a man that came across your path, that just takes you under his wing, that just wants to show you, God has so many people out there, whether they're angels or whether they're just fantastic Christians and lovers of people that God continues to pour into, that they just overflow with love and guidance and support for other people, that even if they have children of their own, even if they have other families and friends, that they're just looking to pick people up and bring them along because they know that the road that they're on is for the straight and the narrow, and that, man, the more people that they can bring along, the better. Now, is it going to be in single file line? Yeah, you might have to be single file line if it's a narrow road, but you got to lead by example. People will look to that and follow you. They'll see the Christ in you, and they'll just want to see that because they'll see. Now, it's not without its troubles. Like we've discussed, like all these stories that have told us about all the people following God, they are not without troubles, and they're not without their own faults. But they're regularly just surrendering to God and allowing Him to just work through them. And that's so important. It's so important that Ruth is listening to Naomi. And it's so crazy to me how humbling it is to see a man like Boaz reflect and just be, and to not take advantage of a woman, especially when he recognizes that she's a virtuous woman. Not that you should take advantage of anybody, even if they're not virtuous, because that's a reflection of you. And I like seeing that and how the story is told. So I'll let that be. I'm going to continue to look for those men that I need to have as examples. I'm lucky enough to have an earthly father and plenty of other fantastic strong men in my life, and women for that matter, that are just showing me the love of Christ and show how to lead sacrificially, and just so many things. So many things. So I'm going to continue to be thankful, continue to look to follow and lead when necessary, and all those things. I just want God to move me in a manner He sees fit, so His will be done. So on that note, have a good night. God bless. I love you. Jesus loves you. And I'll be back for another chapter in Ruth, chapter 4, where the header reads, Ruth and Boaz are married. So kind of a, what's it called? Spoiler alert there. Oh, and Ruth is an exceedingly short book. That is going to be the last chapter of Ruth. So we'll move on to Samuel after that, but we're going to keep it going, guys. So we will finish up Ruth tomorrow with chapter 4. Have a good night and God bless, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.